Hey guys, this is Mr. H. This is question number 33 from the Algebra 1, 2026 Algebra 1 Regents exam. This is a 4-point question. It's a linear regression. I'm going to circle this. I'm going to be honest. I saw a couple of students use exponential, make an exponential regression. I saw someone do um, a power regression. And I'm going to show you why, and then I'm going to show you how to avoid that. A couple of my students, I think, just got caught up and didn't pay attention to what kind of problem we were dealing with. So I've already entered this. We go to the spreadsheet. The most important thing for these questions is to make sure your data is clean, because if you mess this up, then you're never going to get the right regression and everything else will be off. And most of the time, the teachers don't bother to check anything other than what the answer should be. So even if you're off by like 1 point here or there, it'll mess everything else up. So double check your answers. Once you've done that, home screen, go to data statistics. Down here is x-axis, over here is the y-axis. And then now here's what's going on. Some students looked at this and said, oh, it looks like it's curving. Oh, it looks curvy. Some people thought it was exponential. And so they tried to fit a curve to these points. Now, normally, if you just saw this and you didn't have any context, I would say that's a good strategy. But when they tell you that it's a linear regression, that's what you use. Doesn't matter what this looks like. It could look like a U, but if they say it's a linear regression, run the regression as a linear regression. And then you might go back and argue and say, oh, it doesn't look like it's linear, it looks quadratic or it looks exponential or whatever. But do what they say. Don't try to interpret this. That's what I saw a few of my students doing, and I don't know why they did that. So anyway, from here, we're just going to do menu 461. And they want us to round to the hundreds place. So all you would do is go to the settings. We can change this to fix 2 and press OK. And there is our answer. That's what we would put in for our equation. So let me move this over. Well, I can't really. It's y equals $4.61 plus $11.93. Let me kind of double check that. 461. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. So this, just doing that would be 2 points. You rounded it, you've done everything correctly. Now state the correlation coefficient for the data set. Now here, I just have my students go to the main calculator screen. Whenever you run a regression, it creates a bunch of variables. So this is the this is the slope. No, this is the y-intercept, sorry. This is the slope. This is the correlation coefficient. This is r squared. This is the actual equation. So if you needed to find, let's say, if they said, what would be, if they asked you to make a prediction, if they said, what would be the 20, what would 20 years of experience be, you could use this. But we want this one. Press enter, and it's not rounded for you, but it's supposed to be rounded to 2 decimal places, so it's going to be 98 cents. If you want the calculator to do it, you just go to the main home screen, 52, change this to fix 2, and you're good to go. You just go back and you just copy it and run it again, and it'll round it for you. So 98 cents. So we would say, let's go ahead and finish this. We would say R equals 0.98. So that's 98 cents. That's really close to $1. So you would say it's strong, very strong, and positive. That's the correlation between the two variables. And yeah, that's it. So we can stop and post this.